this video is going to be a different episode. So we didn't really have a word planned. So we're going to do a bit of a history on the name of our channel, DeMolay and Dad. You can see the dad part. However, we want to give a little bit more information on the DeMolay part, just to give you a little bit more information on where we're coming from.
So, in essence, I guess we're picking the word of the day as DeMolay.
Yeah. Today's word is, in essence, DeMolay. So, we're just gonna explain the ways of the DeMolay, I guess, and try to educate you on the. I suck at this.
You don't. So would it be fair to say that you just want to educate the public on what the DeMolay is?
Yeah. So we can kind of get on the same level of ground.
So, in your own words, as being a DeMolay, what's the short version, your Reader's Digest condensed version of what the DeMolay is?
For me, it's just kind of like it's just a group where we get together and do business and have fun. Because we have, I don't want to spill any secrets, but like, we go into a meeting, we conduct, like, we have money that we're doing for, like, getting back into the chapter and for, like, charity events and stuff like that, for fun stuff too, and that's the other part of it. Like, sometimes we don't have any business to conduct, so we just we have what we call a DeMolay Fun Day, or a Squire Fun Day, which is the younger version of the DeMolay. And they have a certain activity, or sometimes we just go off script and we just do whatever.
What's your most fun thing that you've done?
In the DeMolay?
Yeah.
Or like as a fun day?
Both.
So as a fun day, I really liked the Injustice 2, like, what was it?
Oh, the video game competition.
Yeah, the tournament. That was really fun. And my favorite thing that we've ever done is this most recent lock-in.
The lock-in, yeah. So for those who aren't familiar, our chapter has about 14 kids. So I guess to give you a little bit more information, DeMolay is a youth group for young men ages 9 to 21. 9, 10, and 11-year-olds are what we refer to as squires. Kind of like how the Boy Scouts have Cub Scouts. DeMolay is based off of Jacques DeMolay, who was a knight.
The last Grand Master of the Knights Templar.
He was the last Grand Master of the Knights Templar. So everything in the DeMolay is based around being a knight. So that's why we have squires.
Chivalry.
Yes, chivalry is not dead. We meet twice a month. But the general premise is that the young men they run the chapter themselves.
Yeah.
My role, because it's kind of funny that we call this DeMolay and Dads, because we don't do Mr. and Mrs. anything when we're in the DeMolay. We refer to everybody as Mom and Dad. So like I'm Dad, and
Dad, insert last name.
Exactly, since we're trying to keep some anonymity here. Not like everybody watching the channel doesn't know who I am, know who you are, but that still, we can try. I'm a chapter advisor, which my job is just to make sure stuff happens. But what is your job in the chapter?
I am the scribe or secretary. I keep notes, do information, messages from other chapters, stuff like that. Just hold the information that we did from previous chapters and stuff that needs to be brought to the chapter.
So you're kind of the communications person.
Yeah, I communicate. I write everything down. I deal a lot with the money because I have to do the treasury's report. And yeah.
Hopefully, eventually, we'll have somebody who wants to be the treasurer.
Someday.
Yeah, someday.
Someday.
So, but what is our chapter was started a long time ago, but we've kind of recently started back up, and so it's been about 2 years now, I guess.
Yeah, we'd been in the DeMolay before that, but we were in another chapter. Um, and so we decided that we really liked the idea, and we decided to create our own, and or not create. We picked up another chapter from
A dormant chapter.
yeah.
So let me ask you this, since we're, we usually try to do kind of interview stuff. Um, we were in other things before that. We tried Boy Scouts. We've done all kinds of things. Uh, this is the first thing that our family really stuck with. Why do you feel like it was DeMolay? Like, why did DeMolay strike a chord?
Um, DeMolay was a very like thing that I could bring my friends to because with Boy Scouts it wasn't a hey, do you want to come join the Boy Scouts? It's a big commitment and it's a lot of stuff they do. With the DeMolay, it's just hey, do you want to come to this event for the group I'm running in? And they yeah, let's go. And it's like something like laser tag, basketball. We got like table tennis, something like that. And it's a lot more fun to do that than I guess a lot of like the traditional like 100-year-old arts and crafts they're doing over in Boy Scouts.
Don't knock the Boy Scouts. It's
It's good, but like Boy Scouts, like you always say, Boy Scouts teaches you how to survive in the wilderness. DeMolay tells you to survive in a business meeting.
it's true. It's um, so a couple of differences for those who don't know. Um, the DeMolay doesn't have uniforms per se. We wear polo shirts and business casual, and we wear suits to events.
And even then,
Uh,
sometimes we dress lower because we're lazy.
yes, and a lot of times we just show up in
Very
shorts.
low profile dress code we got going on here.
um, but it's understanding time and a place. The boys learn judicial process, learn how to conduct a business meeting, learn how to form committees, and all of the events are planned and organized and executed on by the kids. So really, every chapter, uh, I guess one of the things I'll say that I think is so cool about the DMLA is every chapter has its own identity, very much so.
Yeah.
So
Something that could happen in Tipton can't happen in Memphis. We're just not that it can't happen, it just doesn't happen because
well,
we're
yeah, it's
very
because of the
different.
different. So the kids run the chapter. So whatever the kids want to have happen is what happens. And so if you have a chapter that's more along the lines of hunting and fishing and stuff like that, then that's a lot of what the chapter does because that's what the kids plan. Our chapter tends to be more around like laser tag and video game tournaments and stuff like that because that's what you guys are into. So that's one of the things I love is, there are several members of our chapter who are members of other chapters because they get something different from each chapter,
Yeah.
you know.
Um, and what I really like about the meetings is a lot of the stuff that goes on there. Because sometimes you aren't excited to go in a meeting, of course, but like you got to get it done, and it's honestly not that not it's not interesting because you're always paying attention, and for me, I always have to pay
Yeah, the more you
attention.
participate, the more interesting it is because then you start to go, oh, wait, we're talking about doing what?
Yeah, and then that's where kind of where we do the events and stuff, and it's really fun to plan an event. And we have this little red book that like teaches us how like kind of shows us the way things should go. Um,
What am I supposed to say again?
yeah, exactly. Um, and so it's very low key. You don't really. It's not something that you have to. There's something that you can practice for. Like we have a lot of speeches and stuff that you can practice and memorize. For rewards we call merit bars. You get to wear it on your little uniform. It kind of shows what you've done. I have the technology merit bar because I created a little thing to do the minutes easier on a computer. Some people get like membership merit bars for inviting people. It's just a lot of good. It's a rewarding feature that you can kind of look forward to if you do something. It's a goal to achieve.
So I'm going to ask you a question because I know the answer, but I'm going to get your perspective on this.
Okay.
Is it a religious organization?
No. It aims for a faith-based life, but it is not distinctly um religious. So I feel like that's a lot of stigmatization people have put on it because there's a lot of similar things that it does do. Like we always put a holy book in the altar, but that's just again we support a faith-based life. We're not if you're not this so and so religion, you can't.
Our chapter has had, um, some people, because it's it's a night. You're taking an oath,
Yeah.
you know, but you take an oath to be a great son and stuff like that. But some people take an oath on, a Bible. We've had one person take an oath on,
The Buddhists.
yeah, the Buddhist Bible. Um, it's trying to help people understand there's something bigger than themselves. Uh, but we make a point not to talk about specifics of religion or politics and things like that because
Just to keep a little friendliness around
yeah,
it. It really dims the mood when you're trying to disagree with each other.
exactly, it's important to focus on the things that bring us together, not the things that divide us.
Yeah.
And so, what's the greatest lesson you feel like you've learned from the DeMolay?
My manners. I've learned a lot of misses. I mean, I've learned a lot of that from like life and stuff. Like very, I don't want to say strict rules, but like there's some rules around it, like in households, you know. But like this one has really like taught me like I made a joke about it earlier, but chivalry because it helps me like be helpful to people. Like all the time when like we have guests over, we have like stuff like open houses. I'm always just trying to like, what can I do to help? Like, what do I need to do for you guys? Like, do you guys need something? Like, I can escort you around and stuff like that. It's a lot of that. That's the biggest, like, just really the urge to help with somebody.
What questions do you have for me? We don't talk about some of this stuff because we do it all the time, but is there anything you're wondering about from me?
What what is it like to try to get the kids to do stuff? Like, I don't want to say force them, but like you're trying to
Well,
urge
it's
them.
trying to motivate everyone. It's like herding cats.
Yeah.
Um, it's rewarding when after it happens. It's very frustrating at times, but when I joke around that I have a couple of sons, but I have 14 kids.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I'm really proud of the chapter that we have. Uh, when I get to see uh, certain members of the group go from being really shy to being able to get up and give a speech because they've said the same things every time at the beginning of every meeting. You can see their confidence start to build, and someone who would barely speak up actually get up and like lead someone around a room and stuff. It's to see their confidence build in that, to see people that never really had any interest in doing much, all of a sudden, volunteering to do a specific job in the chapter, uh, pull their hair back into a ponytail and put on a suit. That's cool. I get really excited to see the development and stuff like that.
Yeah.
It's but it's hard. There are some days when it's challenging, but because like people want to do what they want to do, and that's something that I have to grow with too. It's like letting people fail, or also letting people. It's your chapter, so like I might have a plan for how things are going to go, but then you guys have a completely different plan, and I have to step back and let you guys do and manage the chapter how you want to. And that's something I'm getting steadily better at as time goes on.
All right. So we're gonna pause from here and then urge you that way. Let me go turn back on. I don't know how much time has passed. I'm scared.
I think we're at 20 minutes.
15.
15 minutes. All right. So there's a section for you to edit out.
More work for me. Let me
So
put my legs out so I can smooth transition this.
So, one of the things I will say that where I get kind of proud is stuff like this. I feel like it's helped give you a voice, to have, to be more confident and to have stuff to talk about and to have a group of people that you can be like, hey, check out this thing that I'm doing, that's outside of family.
Yeah. I have another question for you.
Okay.
What, if you had to do anything better in the chapter, what would it be?
I would really like to do a better job of making a bigger deal of, I guess, getting people, finding a way to get people more interested in like the merit bars and stuff like that. I don't do, because I'm doing so many other things. I don't track it. I don't think as closely as I should. Um, and and I think a lot of times it's like with you guys as members, it's just like, surprise, you get a merit bar.
Yeah.
And I would like to figure out a way to make that more of an objective, to where like you guys are aware of the merit bars, you're like interested in something, and you're like, okay, what do I have to do to achieve this merit bar?
Yeah.
I would like to do that. And I would like to help. I don't know. I feel like so many kids today get so accustomed to being told what to do. Like, you spend your whole life, this is what you can and can't do. This is, do this. You're going to go to school, and then you're going to come home, and you're going to do your chores, and then we're going to eat dinner, and it's like, okay, this is your video game time. So, like, okay, cool. Yeah, it's free time, but you just got told what you're going to do with that free time. I really want to help all the members figure out a way to help all the members realize that it's their chapter. So, because I feel like a lot of times you guys forget that, and it's almost like you're scared to like speak up and say, I want to go play paintball. I think we should go play paintball. That's what we should do. And then plan it and make it happen. We've got money in the account to go do that. I would like to figure out a way to do better at encouraging the kids to do that. And I think that the more we do that, the membership stuff will come. Like, I don't want to be like, oh, we got to have members, but you got to have members to have a chapter. But I think the more fun stuff you do, and the more excited the kids are about it, the membership problem kind of takes care of itself.
Mm-hmm.
If that makes sense.
Makes a lot of sense. I feel like I agree. I really like. I'm a really inside box thinker, so I'm really trying to. That I like how the DeMolay really helps me like try to think outside of it, and because like you said, like sometimes most of the time I'm like, well, I go get up, go to school, come back, do what I want, dinner, maybe a little bit more time, showers, bedtime, and it's a very orderly kind of thing. Um, and then DeMolay is like it's kind of like I don't want to say an escape from that, but it's kind of like a difference in it because like you said, I can do anything. I really
It's ordered, but it's you define the order as opposed to the order being given to you.
Because like I mean, if you really think about it, yeah, we are a little bit ordered. Like we get there, we set up, we get like lunch or something like that, and then we do meeting or fun day, and then we go home. But I really like the unexpectedness of it because like we have group chats, so we have to like communicate like if like when we're gonna do a laser tag day or something like that. But like you never know because when we send that message, you don't know it's gonna be laser tag. We could be like we're going out fishing or something like that. But I mean, you never know. I really like that. I really like the unexpectedness of it.
That's really cool. If you could change one thing about the chapter, what would it be?
I really feel like it's good to be like in let me put this into words. I have the idea in my head. Hold on. I want people to realize that in the meeting, it's kind of like what you were saying, that like it's their chapter. People are always like, let's just do laser tag again, but like I want to do something different. I want to let's go outside. Let's like we had that badminton day. We did hot dogs. That was a successful, like in my opinion, like that was a successful thinking outside the box moment.
Mm-hmm.
But like when we're just doing laser
Actually, I
tag,
think we got a new member that day.
yeah, we did. We
Yeah.
got
Yeah.
yeah. When we're doing stuff like that, that really excites me, and it feels like we're actually doing stuff. And I really, but when you're just doing like, well, we have what we have, like uh, like let's go somewhere, let's do something, let's get a mystery van. I don't know, and we have all these like ideas, like what if we did this, and people are like, yeah, that's a great idea, and then we never do it. So when people are talking about let's do a gaming van. Like we've been talking about that a lot lately, right? We haven't done it yet, and it's been like 4 months. So I really want to get that finished up. Like I really want to plan that, do it, figure out the expenses. I just feel like people don't realize the freedom they have with all the money they have.
I think that's the thing is it's it's the old story of like a horse, and the guy walked up and like took the reins and tied it on the fence post, and so the horse was like tied to the fence post, but at some point in time the knot came undone, and so like the reins just fell.
Mm-hmm.
But the horse in his brain was still tied to the fence post, so he didn't leave because he thought he was still tied to the fence post. And it's trying to get people to realize that they're not tied to a fence post.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to.
Yeah,
That's
you've got more free. It's helping
this
people.
isn't save for car money. This is do what you want money.
Yeah, but and it's like, okay, well, if we don't have the money for something, okay, let's figure out how to raise the money for something.
Yeah, let's do something. Let's do
Yeah,
stuff.
do a car wash. Let's sell parking during one of the festivals that we have in Midtown.
Yeah.
There's a lot of things that we could do. Um, well, cool. I think it's been. I know it's kind of a random off topic, but how do you feel about today's conversation?
I like the mystery. It's I'm not even mad or like sad or anything. I do appreciate the support we've got. I think we just hit 50 views today on our first episode.
Mm-hmm.
It really excited me. I thank you guys so much for the support. This is new, and I know there's a lot of podcasts out there, and I know some of you guys might not even know what DeMolay is, which is kind of what this is for. It's just kind of like an expose on what's going on. Um, I really, I really do appreciate you guys. I really want to put an emphasis in the comments on this video, the last video, because we have to something to talk about. um, like and subscribe. That's important. It really helps us. We're on our way to 10 subscribers.
We are.
That's a big number to us, to me. It's a really big achievement. So share. I didn't point that in any of the other videos because I didn't feel that was important. But I realized that like we need a lot of support to get things a lot better, production quality, lot wise. I really, again, I can't stress enough how much I appreciate you guys. Um, any closing thoughts?
Yeah, we'll post our website in the comments. So if anybody is interested in looking up to see more stuff about it, they can.
Yeah.
But I'm glad that this was kind of a random thought process because, like I said, I think it's kind of a random name of a podcast, and people don't know what DeMolay is. So I'm glad we had a chance to talk about it. It's been I didn't know anything about it until our family got involved with it,
Yeah.
but it's been a lot of fun watching everyone grow in it, and for me to be involved with it. So I'm thanks to everybody that does support the channel, and I just want to say that all of the work, just so everybody's aware, like all of the work for this channel, the planning and everything is actually done by this guy. So I, I'm, it's definitely a labor of love for you, and I'm glad, and I'm excited to be a part of it.
Yeah. It's I really enjoy editing. I've never done it before. I know a little bit about it, but I've never really known anything really how to do it until I started doing this channel. Working on CapCut's kind of it's not special grade level,
Well, you're doing a great job. So and
Thank you.
so
This
yeah.
courtesy of our thumbnails is this kid. Yeah. Um. Thank. Yeah. Thank you so much for helping me out. This is kind of an intervention between this and our next video or next episode. This is kind of just like I said, an expose, a sit down and chat moment. Um, just to give you guys a little bit of insight on what's going on. Uh, I think if this is the third time I've said it now, but thank you. We appreciate you guys. Um, Big emphasis on the like and subscribe, comment. If you can share, it's really helps us a lot.
And don't forget Patreon.
And don't forget Patreon. Patreon is we don't have any people there yet. Makes sense. New stuff. You don't really want to commit to it until it's there, but we promise you won't regret it. We're thinking about courtesies that we could do for it. Dollar, $3, $5, stuff like that. Just a month, so nothing big. Thank you guys so much, and remember, I can't remember. Powie.
All right.